Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
We get bombarded with COVID numbers every single day. Well, tonight, Wayne County has come up with a system to put that data into context so its communities can make informed decisions.
We're going to begin with some voters claiming to be victims of the old bait and switch as they fight to save their elementary school from closing. We're glad you're with us tonight at 11. Off the top, those voters are from the West Bloomfield School District in Keego Harbor.
They passed a bond in 2017 with some of the money earmarked for its iconic century-old elementary school. Before voting yes, they were assured Roosevelt Elementary, which had been on the chopping block 5 years earlier, would not be closed. Let's bring in Jason Colthorpe. He's there tonight live. So, Jason, are they now talking about closing it?
That's exactly what's on the table right now, Kimberly, and you can completely understand why some people would feel hornswoggled in all of this. But the district says tonight it told people it has not spent the millions of dollars that were earmarked for Roosevelt.
This is in the heart of Keego Harbor.
It's hard to describe Keego Harbor without mentioning Roosevelt Elementary.
What it means is community.
There's been talk of closing it for the better part of a decade, but in 2017, a bond was passed with money aimed at renovations that would keep the school open. But a week ago, parents, staff, and voters were stunned to find out West Bloomfield Schools was consolidating 5 elementaries to 4, and Roosevelt appeared to be the odd school out.
It's a 100-year-old school. It's iconic.
David Emmerling, who was deeply involved with the bond, feels lied to.
Absolutely a lie, because they told us that this would not close.
What about the bond dollars that were planned for Roosevelt?
Tonight, during an informational Zoom meeting, school officials explained the money allocated for Roosevelt is virtually untouched.
Why hasn't it been spent?
I don't know the exact particulars of that, but it would be my assumption that we would like to wait until we're sure we're going to continue forward with Roosevelt indefinitely before we spend a significant amount of money on it.
Many parents like Kirsten and Kevin Douglas feel like they didn't get their questions answered tonight.
In the presentation tonight, they say that they're forward thinking. And yeah, they're forward thinking, all right, but not out of the box thinking. They're thinking forward that they had always planned to close Roosevelt, and so they lied to the constituents.
Yeah, people were pretty upset, but you can understand when it comes to the history of this place, this school goes back, it's 100 years old, of course, but it was once the high school. It actually was a K through 12 school up until 1955, so a lot of people just think it would be a shame to see it go. There is an alternate plan, by the way, one that would close the second oldest elementary school in the consolidation plan, but you certainly got the feeling tonight they were leaning more toward closing Roosevelt. Kim?
You can see how people are frustrated, Jason. So I'm wondering what happens now? What's the next step here?
They're going to take the input they got tonight. There was no public comment, but there were a lot of comments and questions in the chat. They're going to take that Monday to the task force, which precedes the school board meeting, and then the school board meeting will talk about it, and then again a week later. So we'll have to wait and see if there's a vote. But the district did say there's no rush to make this decision right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay,
Kim?
Jason, thanks.
Breaking news now from Northwest Detroit. A barricaded gunman surrenders after an hours-long standoff with police. This happened on Coyle near West Chicago and Greenfield. We're told a 24-year-old man armed with an AR-15 and a handgun shot at his girlfriend and her sister and then barricaded himself inside a home. Police tell us after trying for hours, they got the man to surrender after playing a recording of his mother pleading for him to come out. And in the end, no one was hurt. Tonight, Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey is calling on Governor Whitmer to provide the metrics that the state is using to determine when restaurants can reopen.
It comes as the state reported 7,146 new cases over the past 24 hours, with 175 new deaths. That includes 112 from a review of past vital records. Today, Governor Whitmer held a briefing talking about 2 of the metrics that will determine if the state's 3-week pause will be extended.
As we look at the data, we're going to continue to look at the percent of tests that come back positive. We're continuing to work very closely with our health systems and the leadership there so that we know really how serious the impact has been on our ability to meet the health needs of people across the state. If you are looking at some of the most recent reporting, you know every health system in the state has seen growth in their hospitalizations from where we were just a month ago, and that is very concerning for everyone in the community. And so as we get, I think, a few more days of information in our belts, we'll be in a much stronger position to really assess if there are some things that maybe are safer to do.
The current 3-week restrictions are set to expire next week.
Science and data, 2 words we often hear in connection with COVID. Wayne County's been trying to come up with a clearer way so that all of that is shared with its schools and communities. Mara McDonald is live downtown tonight. And Mara, this is more, though, than just raw numbers.
Exactly, Devin. You know, context to this data is important, which is why the county has come up, along with its school districts that it consulted with, University of Michigan, CDC, to come up essentially with a matrix that breaks this data down into easily understandable trends so people can make decisions. Take a look. Spewing numbers shows only a portion of what we're dealing with when it comes to COVID, which is why Wayne County has come up with a matrix which looks at 3 key data points: positivity rate, case numbers per million, and the trend line.
We don't want people to make up their minds based on one data point, and we don't want to bombard them with 50 data points.
Add up each individual community's numbers within the matrix and you have its risk assessment. And right now, those risk assessments are high across the county.
The way we standardize this is to take the population in consideration, and what we use is the daily average cases per million. And this makes it comparing apples to apples across the board rather than comparing apples to oranges.
It also helps the county target where those COVID federal dollars should go and explains why Wayne County Executive Warren Evans recommended all schools in the county go remote 2 weeks ago.
Rather than just saying the numbers are high, we should do something. You know, we're looking at numbers of cases, but we're also looking at the trend rate in the communities, and we're also looking at what the positivity rate. Those 3 together give us a much better picture of what's going on with the virus in Wayne County, and specifically at the community level.
Back here live, you know, when I was talking to Bill Nowling, he said people not only have COVID fatigue, they have COVID data fatigue. Putting it in a matrix system makes it digestible so each community can make these decisions on their own. Those numbers are given every 2 weeks so that they can clearly see what the trends are. But of course, schools and communities get a weekly briefing as well. We're live downtown tonight at the Guardian Building. I'm Mara McDonald. Local 4.
Well, Mara, what about, I guess, toward the question of transparency? A lot of people want to know, is this going to be available to the public as well?
It is available to the public, and a lot of it is already on the county website. You know, I think that at least leadership at the Wayne County level is aware that people, you know, are questioning everything that they are told, and they just want to put it all out there. Here it is. Here's what it looks like. Make your own decision. Back to you.
All right, Mara.
Tonight, President-elect Joe Biden is revealing his plan to combat the coronavirus, saying he will ask Americans to wear masks for his first 100 days after taking office.
I think my inclination, Jake, is on the first day I'm inaugurated to say I'm going to ask the public for 100 days to mask. Just 100 days to mask. Not forever, 100 days. And I think we'll see a significant reduction if that occurs with vaccinations and masking to drive down the numbers considerably.
President-elect Biden also says he has asked Dr. Anthony Fauci to be a chief medical advisor and part of his COVID-19 response team when his administration begins next year. Twin brothers charged in the alleged plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer are now out on bond.
Michael and William Null both posted bond. They were released from the Grand Traverse County Jail yesterday. As we reported, a judge modified that bond to 10% of $250,000. Both are charged by the state with providing material support for a terrorist act and also with guns charges. 3 other men charged by the state have also been released after posting bond. A freighter that was stuck in the Detroit River is now freed. Crews freed the Harvest Spirit this evening. It had been stuck near Grosse Ile after running aground yesterday. U.S. Coast Guard says it got stuck after it lost propulsion, and that caused a bit of a shipping backup as other ships had to wait for the Harvest Spirit to be moved before they could get by, but everything flowing again tonight.
Still ahead, a behind-the-scenes look at what still needs to happen for the 2 COVID vaccines to get approval here in the United States.
Our Dr. Frank McGeorge with an inside look at what is happening at the FDA right now. Let's check in with Ben.
Devin and Kim, we've got snow chances for 2 of the next 3 days, but they're really in name only. We'll show you who's under the gun and what else we can expect for the weekend next.
All right, Ben, but first, police released the 911 calls neighbors made just seconds after a woman is shot in Sterling Heights.
I hear gunshots. Okay. I don't know where it's coming from. And I hear people screaming. Do you see anyone? They are screaming outside.
Neighbors describing the chaotic moments that gunfire erupted. Next.